Hey, I'm Daniel from Ratings.com. In this video, we'll be looking at Sony's lineup of 2019 TVs. We've bought and tested all of the US models, so in this video we'll be comparing their performance. We'll start by giving an overview of the brand, and then talk about the lineup and which models you should buy. You can see the description box below for links to skip to the section that you care about. Alright, so like most other manufacturers, Sony renews their lineup each year. They tend to do this in two phases, with a batch of TVs released around March or April, and then a second batch in August. They tend to have a smaller current lineup than LG or Samsung. Most of the LCD models start with an X, and the numbers in the model code increase with more features and generally better performance. Flagship LCD models start with a Z instead, and their OLED lineup of TVs begins with the letter A. There are some international models that aren't available in the US, and so we haven't bought them, but we'll indicate on screen when we expect them to be equivalent to one of these US models. We'll start with their LCD models. This can be a bit confusing, as Sony tends to mix different panel types that offer very different performance between different sizes of the same model. We'll indicate these panel variations that we know of on screen. The X800G is Sony's entry-level 4K LCD of 2019. It's available in a range of sizes, from 49 inches up to 75 inches. We bought the 55-inch model, which has a low native contrast ratio, resulting in poor dark scene performance. It remains accurate when viewed off-axis though, so it could be a good choice for those with wide seating. We expect this to be true for the other sizes, with the exception of the 75-inch model, which has a VA-type panel. This means we expect this larger model to be a better choice for dark rooms, with a higher native contrast resulting in deeper blacks. Like other Sony TVs, the X800G runs the Android Smart platform, which works well and has a huge selection of apps for all different types of content. It has fairly low input lag, which is good for gamers, but not as good as many other new TVs. This TV also has a wide color gamut, which is unusual because this feature is usually reserved for higher-end models. This results in a bit more saturated colors when watching HDR content, although it isn't as good as some higher-end TVs. Overall, while this TV supports HDR, if this is something that you care about, then a brighter, higher-end model is the way to go. The next step up in Sony's 2019 lineup is to the X850G. The overall performance of these two TVs is fairly similar, but the X850G has very low input lag, which is excellent for gamers. It also has better reflection handling and gets a bit brighter, so it's a better choice for bright rooms. It has a newer remote which works well. Like the previous model, it isn't a good choice for HDR, as while it offers a similar wide color gamut, it isn't as good as higher-end TVs, and this TV also lacks a local dimming feature. The 85-inch model has different performance, with a different panel type, similar to the 75-inch X800G. This size is a better choice for dark rooms with a high native contrast ratio. Moving up, we get to the X900F. This is a 2018 model indicated by the F in the model code. However, it's still considered a current model by Sony and is fairly widely available in most places. As it is an older model, it doesn't have the newer remote that the X850G has. This TV is the first big step up in performance, with a bunch of additional features to improve the picture quality. All sizes of this TV have a VA-type panel, which offers good darkroom performance. This TV also offers local dimming, which is a feature where different areas or zones of the backlight can be controlled individually to dim dark areas or boost bright highlights. It results in better picture quality in a dark room, as well as brighter highlights for HDR. Speaking of HDR, this is also a big step up with the X900F. Not only is it much brighter, but it also offers a very good wide color gamut for saturated colors. Like the previous models, it has the Android Smart platform, which works well. The next step up is to the X950G. This is a 2019 model with minor improvements over the X900F. It gets brighter and is actually one of the brightest TVs we've tested. This is great for those in a bright room to overcome glare, or for HDR content to really stand out. Now, this TV also has differences in the performance between different sizes. The larger 75 and 85-inch sizes have what Sony calls X-wide viewing angle technology, which is basically an additional optical layer in front of the TV to improve the viewing angles by dispersing light horizontally. We tested the 55-inch model without this feature, but we did test the Z9F, which includes it, and found it to be a great feature for those with wide seating, as the image remains accurate when viewed at an angle. It does generally come with a cost of contrast though, so may not be a good choice for those who don't care about the viewing angles and watch in a dark room. Alright, so that's it for Sony's X lineup of LCDs, and the next step up is to the Z line of flagship models. The Z9G is Sony's only 2019 Z model, replacing the Z9F from last year. We haven't bought the Z9G due to its high price, so we don't expect many people to be looking to buy it. It looks like a very interesting TV with an 8K panel, but we don't know how it performs. We now get to Sony's A lineup of OLED TVs. The A8G is Sony's entry-level OLED, which, due to the nature of their technology, offers very different performance to these LCD models. It can turn off pixels completely, resulting in excellent darkroom performance, as blacks are perfectly deep. It doesn't get as bright as high-end LCDs though, so may not be a good choice for a bright room or those who like a really bright image that pops. OLED TVs also have a risk of permanent burn-in, but we've done an investigation into this issue and don't expect most people who watch varied content to have any problems. You can see our video series, which is linked below, for more information. A neat feature of this TV is what Sony calls their acoustic surface technology. Drivers behind the screen act as a center channel for sound, which is supposed to be better for localization of dialogue. It seems like, to differentiate this OLED from Sony's higher-end model, it comes with the older style remote and only 2 full bandwidth HDMI ports, despite being a 2019 TV. The A9G is Sony's other OLED TV and one of their flagship models. While it offers basically the same picture quality as the A8G with the same panel, it has a faster processor. It also has a different design and comes with a better remote, also found on the X950G. All HDMI ports support HDMI 2.0, which is useful for those who have a few high bandwidth devices, like new game consoles or a PC. Otherwise, it offers very similar performance to the A8G, including the acoustic surface technology feature. So in the end, which one should you buy? Well, it depends on your use and your budget. If you're after a budget TV and don't care about the latest features or HDR, then look for the X800G or X850G. The X850G is better for a room with more light. If you plan to watch HDR content or want a brighter image, then go for the X950G. It's a big step up in picture quality from the 8 series and offers quite a few minor improvements over the X900F. If you've got a dark room and want the best dark scene performance, then look for the A9G. It's more featured compared to the cut-down A8G, so is a better choice if you can afford it. So that's it. You can check out all of our reviews with detailed measurements on our website, and consider becoming an insider on our website for access to our latest test results first. Now, we've had a lot of comments from people that are interested in a review of the new TCL 6 series. We hear you loud and clear. We've bought it and are currently running it through our test bench. Look for the written review soon and a video within a few weeks. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to get notified about all of our future videos. Also, let us know down below what you'd like to see next. Thank you for watching and see you next time.